thing about it is, right, I feel like Jook's ego caused all this turmoil, all this drama in Memphis. You feel me? Caused this war. YouTube, what's happening? Welcome back to another video, man. Welcome back to King Done Reacts 2, man. Got some good content for y'all tonight. But before we hop into it, go ahead and do me a solid. Go ahead and like the video, sub the channel. Make sure you ring that bell because you don't want to miss these bangers, man. On the road to 500 subscribers, man. Y'all make sure y'all get us there like today. Trying to get this channel monetized, man, soon, bro. So y'all make sure y'all rock out with me, you feel me? Anyway, tonight, man, we gonna talk about the final hours of Memphis legend Yo Gotti's older brother, Big Jook. With the Dolph trial, it's not even approaching, it's over with, you feel me? It's crazy how fast that trial was over too, bro. Like that was like one of the fastest trials I've ever followed. You did, like, that's how I knew straight drop dumbass was gonna get convicted. No pun intended. But anyway, a lot of things came out in the trial, man. And one of the things that came out was that Big Jook basically orchestrated the hit of Young Dolph. Big Jook basically put 100 bands on Young Dolph's head, but he only paid like $800. That's got to be the cheapest hit in the world. That's got to be a major finesse on two crash dummies. Like, you promise them 100K and you only give them 800. You promise them 100K, you only gave them 800. That's crazy. A couple of subscribers basically hit me up and were like, bro, you should do the final 24 hours of Big Jook, bro. You feel what I'm saying? That's something that we probably want to get your opinion on. We probably want to see. So I decided to go ahead and do it, man. So let's hop into it, man.
So, man, hey, y'all, I'm finna start a GoFundMe, man, because I know a lot of you rap niggas up out here, man.
So they say Jook made this video after Dolph passed, trolling or PRE.
Sources close to the family of rapper Yo Gotti confirmed the man outside a Hickory Hill event center is Gotti's brother. Memphis police identified him as 47-year-old Anthony Mims, also known as Big.
That man was 47 years old and he had a problem. He was beefing. You know what I mean? Like, how you 47 years old getting mad about what people say about you? No disrespect to Big Jook, CMG, Yo Gotti, or nobody. I'm just saying, at 47 years old, bro, I don't think I'm going to give a damn about what nobody got to say about me. I'm just being honest.
I don't find no bitch besides two real niggas.
I remember he did this. I think Dolph addressed this too. Like, I remember this mural, and Jook said that, like, they got Dolph beside Moneybag Yo and NLE Chopper. But Jook really didn't like Dolph, did he?
In the middle, man. Y'all don't do that, man. Don't fuck about Lexi. So, y'all hear y'all.
Snipers, helicopters, and a massive police presence. All for the funeral of Yo Gotti's big brother, Big Jook. That's what people saw in Hickory Hill today outside of New Direction Christian Church.
One afternoon in the middle of January 2024, Anthony Mims, known publicly as Big Jook and as world-famous Memphis rapper Yo Gotti's older brother, sat in his car after an emotional tolling farewell service where he and his friends and family members mourned the passing of Jook and Yo Gotti's dear uncle, Eric Bovin, who had passed away earlier that month. Sadly, just a few hours after the service was over, Big Jook would be facing his own untimely hit at the hands of his attackers, who allegedly attended the farewell service and waited in the back pews for the proceeding to be over so they could ambush and take the life of Big Jook at his most vulnerable moment. As of today, the investigation is still ongoing as police are following a trail of leads to find Big Jook's assailants and do justice in his name. It was around 4 p.m. on Saturday, July 13th, at the Paranon Restaurant and Events Center in Memphis, Tennessee, and to say the atmosphere was gloomy would be an understatement. Earlier that year, Big Jook and Yo Gotti's uncle, Eric Bovin, had passed away, and his farewell service in Memphis was the last.
Man, where they get these white folk from, man? Hey, these videos be cracking me up, like, You know what I'm saying? I'm not laughing because somebody lost their life. I'm laughing because like y'all get it.
Opportunity that Jook and his brother had to gather with their friends and family members to honor his memory together and say goodbye to him for good. In a video that was later circulated online by TMZ and other sources, Big Jook was captured crying as he walked up to his uncle's open casket.
Man, Jook was not crying, bro. I think right there he was hugging his aunt, maybe. He was hugging his auntie. I don't think he was crying. He probably did cry. That was his uncle. But I don't think he was crying. You feel me?
To say his final goodbyes. Because Yo Gotti had to catch a plane out of Memphis amid bad weather conditions, he left the service earlier than his brother, and there was not as much coverage on him as there was on Jook, who stayed at the event center for several hours after the service had ended. Shortly after the farewell service, Big Jook stepped outside the event center and walked back to his car, where his mother, Geraldine Mims, was sitting in silence.
But they know that man mama whole name. And the crazy thing is, bro, I didn't know Yo Gotti's mama name, but she looked like her name probably could be Geraldine. They probably called her Dean, probably. That's crazy how these folk be knowing it.
Got in the car, his mother got out, and that's when tragedy struck. A few seconds later, a white Ford SUV with tinted windows and black tires pulled up next to his car and opened.
And sweet cheese, bro. Just imagine if that man mama would have stayed in there, bro. Just a few more minutes, bro. They would have. A lot of times, man, a situation can be bad, but God still have grace, bro. It's crazy.
Fire, riddling Jook's car with bullets and striking Jook himself 10 times. According to a Facebook post made by the Memphis PD on January 14th, the day after the shooting, an officer in the area of 6385 Winchester.
Hey, y'all, today it say if an arrest is made, you could be eligible to receive a cash reward of $4,000 from Crime Stoppers. So you telling me that the guys who killed Dolph, they were better off calling Crime Stoppers? They would at least got $2,000 a piece. Jook didn't give them but $800. They were better off calling Crime Stoppers snitching, bro, than taking somebody's life, bro. Especially Cornelius Smith, cause you gotta go do time in prison, bro. You would have had at least 2,000 snitching, all four, cause you snitched anyway. Dumbass nigga. Back to this Jook situation though.
Road at around 4:15 p.m. that day, when he heard shots being fired near the Perignant Event Center. Upon arriving at the scene, the officer found 2 males suffering from multiple gunshot wounds lying on the ground. Paramedics were immediately called to the scene to perform life-saving measures on the persons that were shot, and they were both promptly taken to nearby St. Francis Hospital. Sadly, as soon as they arrived, 47-year-old Anthony Mims, aka Big Jook, was pronounced deceased. As news of Jook's tragic passing spread throughout Memphis, many of his associates and close friends shared their condolences on social media. Rappers like ESTG, Big Boogie, Meek Mill, and Glorilla, some of whom were closely associated with Collective Music Group, Yo Gotti's record label in which Jook played a critical role, shouted out the fallen Jook with a series of touching stories and posts on Instagram. As for his brother Yo Gotti, he didn't have a lot of time to grieve the passing of his dear older brother. For less than a week after the tragic incident that claimed his life, Gotti was already back performing on stage at 42 Doug's concert at Little Caesars Arena, which took a lot of his fans by surprise. While the entire city and the hip-hop community...
I mean, the show must go on, man. The show must go on. The thing about it is, though, I think those guys, and this just me talking, right? Y'all, this ain't set in stone. But what if Gotti actually called the big homies over there and was like, I can give y'all a Jook if the war can stop, you feel me? You ever thought about something like that? Because you know a lot of people, like, when they watch The Godfather, when they watch these mob bosses, bro, they tend to move like them, you feel me? I ain't saying that's what happened. Like that what just crossed my mind when this dude said what he said. You feel me? Or maybe that only happens in the movies. I don't know.
Grieved for Jook, the Memphis Police Department launched an investigation to find his assailants and bring them to justice. As the authorities analyzed surveillance footage from that afternoon, they noticed that at the time of the hit, Big Jook's mother had been standing very close to the car where her son was brutally assassinated. Had she remained in the car, it's very likely that she would have suffered the same fate as Jook. But fortunately, none of those bullets hit her, and she was able to walk away physically unharmed. On the evening of the hit, Deputy Chief Paul Wright gave a press conference in which he updated the public on the progress of the investigation. According to Wright, the Memphis Police Department was hard at work trying to identify a suspect in the surveillance video. Unfortunately, despite their advanced facial recognition technology, the faces of the suspects were unrecognizable due to the...
Whoever did this hit, they was way smarter than the other guys. You feel me? Because they can't find these, you know what I mean? Like, I'm thinking maybe they stayed in the truck. You did what I'm saying? And I don't know. It's like they timed it perfect. Like, this was like the perfect hit. As of right now, like, because there's a lot of stuff came out in the Dolph trial that we didn't know. So they may be on it, man. You don't never know with the police, bro. Folk be snitching, folk be ratting, bro. Folk be hating, bro. So you never know, dog. You feel what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, like, as of right now, it seems like this was a professional hit. This just wasn't no dummies from South Memphis wearing a chain, wanting to be rap. No, I don't know. They might have caught these boys from out of time, bro.
Grainy quality of the footage. Still, they were hopeful that with the make and model of the SUV that was visible in the video, they would soon find Jook's assailant. Disturbingly, just hours after the investigation began, many sources who had been close to Jook...
What's up, guys? We're gonna hop into the store. I've been hunting for this card everywhere. Hopefully I can find it. If not, my homies still have this thing called Whatnot. See if we can find it there. Unfortunately...
During his final moments, claimed that the suspects who had carried out his hit had also been present at Eric Bolden's funeral. As per their statements, the assailants sat there the entire service in the back pews of the event center, and minutes before it ended, they stepped out into the parking lot to wait for Big Jook to exit so they could ambush.
I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true. Like, how can they sit in the back of the church and don't nobody know who they are, bro? Don't get me wrong. I think Mr. Bolden was like that. Like, he was a big kingpin from Memphis. So I'm pretty sure all the G's, all the gangsters, you know what I mean, were present at his funeral. Probably guys that didn't like Jook, guys Jook didn't like. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure Daddy-O probably went to the funeral. If you don't know, Daddy-O was like a big homie over there in PRE. Daddy-O is the one who funded Dolph's career before Dolph actually blew up. And Daddy-O is like that. Do your homework on Daddy-O over there in Memphis. You feel what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure Daddy-O probably went to Bolden's funeral, bro. And I ain't trying to be policing. I don't want the police to go looking into Daddy-O. I'm just saying, like, I don't think that's true. And plus, I don't even think Jook was killed at the funeral or outside of the funeral. I think it was like at the repast. Like, you know, like in the black community, I don't know about any other community, but we have a repast. Like after the funeral, it's crazy now. And it may be a tad bit weird, but after the funeral, right, we like to go sit down and eat and talk. Like, I don't understand it, but that's what we do. You feel me? But yeah, I think Jook was killed right before the repast started, I think.
Him in his car. Although this version of the event was not captured by surveillance videos, the authorities are still hopeful that the new leads will continue to be uncovered during the investigation. The identity of Jook's assailants is still a mystery to this day, but even if this hasn't been officially confirmed, police suspect Big Jook's hit may have been carried out in retaliation for his alleged involvement in the 2021 hit of Young Dolph. To understand the entire backstory, let's rewind to 2017, when Big Jook first got involved with Young Dolph. Since 2012, Big Jook had an active role in managing the business side of Collective Music Group, actively scouting talent and managing and promoting projects for the label. In 2016, up-and-coming Memphis rapper Young Dolph was set to sign with Collective Music Group, Yo Gotti'S label, but changed his mind at the last minute. After Yo Gotti allegedly took offense to his lack of commitment, young Dolph shouted out Yo Gotti in a disrespectful tweet on February 11th, 2016, in which he said, "Bro went from being my #1 fan and wanting to sign me to being my biggest hater," followed by a laughing emoji. In the interviews that...
Hey, I don't know what's crazy though. I never really heard I never really heard Gotti publicly disrespect Dolph or publicly diss Dolph. I mean, he would throw slick shots in his songs, but I wouldn't know they were about Dolph. You feel me? Until Dolph basically said, "Look, bro, he talking about me," like he told the world that. I honestly believe Dolph had a lot of the little homies in his ear telling him, like, "Gotti talking about you, bro. You gotta respond. You gotta say something." You did. Like, I feel like, and don't get me wrong, things Dolph said, right, doesn't mean that his life should have been claimed. But when you dealing with egos, right, that's it could get real scary and spooky when people feel like disrespect is not gonna be tolerated no matter how you're disrespecting them. Like, I honestly feel like the people who are in Dolph ear, I don't think they thought Gotti and Jook and CMG would take it this far, or they probably would have just told Dolph, "Don't worry about it. Keep doing you. Keep getting money." You feel me?
All of the disrespectful tweets, Yo Gotti initially downplayed the issue and dismissed it as nothing important.
That's what Gotti gonna do. Gotti a real gangster, bro. Gotti come from a family of gangsters. You feel me? Like, hey, the Mims family, bro. You feel me? The Bovin family. Like, come on, bro. Do your homework on them in Memphis. Like, they real G's. Gotti's dad was a gangster. Jook was a real gangster. You feel me? And I said this in a video that I reacted on my main channel when I was talking about the murder of young Dolph, right? I said Dolph wasn't a gangster. But it depends on what you think gangster is. As far as like a gangster like Jook, Dolph was not gangster like that. I don't think Dolph had bodies. He never killed nobody. Dolph took his family. Dolph got money. Dolph basically showed us how to get money. Dolph was inspirational. That's gangster too, if you just want to say that. But what I was talking about was, like, he wasn't like Scarface. He wasn't like the Godfather. He wasn't even like Big Jook or Yo Gotti. Like, Dolph was a good guy. He was a great kid, bro. He didn't even really talk about drilling and killing. That's all Gotti really talked about at first, until he started getting a little money, like, straight up. Yeah, so Gotti is gonna say that, bro. Like, Gotti, I'm telling you, bro. Like, do your homework on the Mims family, bro. The Bovin family, bro. Do your homework on those guys in Memphis, bro. Straight up.
But the situation would escalate very quickly. Soon after that, when Black Youngster, another up-and-coming rapper associated with Collective Music Group, uploaded a video of him and his crew walking around young Dolph's neighborhood in Memphis, armed with multiple weapons and threatening to take Dolph's life as soon as they found him. Although they didn't end up finding him that day, Dolph didn't exactly turn down the heat after that. And exactly a year after his disrespectful tweet, he released his highly controversial diss track titled "Play With Your B."
Don't play with me!
Which featured a series of personal insults aimed at Yo Gotti and Big Jook, even disrespecting Jook's sister with some very direct lyrics.
He did not disrespect Jook's sister, bro. This right here let me know this dose of mystery. He cool, but he don't really be tapped in. He ain't disrespect Jook's sister. He never said nothing about they sister. He called Jook Gotti's big sister. He was basically saying Jook act real feminine. You feel me? He ain't saying nothing about E-Boy's sister, bro.
To make a long story short, between February and September 2017, young Dolph survived 2 hit attempts. One in Charlotte, North Carolina, in which his van was sprayed with over 100 rounds of ammunition as he prepared to perform at the CIAA sporting tournament, and another in Los Angeles, where he was targeted by one of Yo Gotti's associates. After those 2 violent incidents, the Yo Gotti versus Young Dolph controversy quieted down for about 4 years, until in November 2021.
Here go the crash out. Here go the crash out. There go, who one that is? I think that's the rat and that's the dummy. Which both of them dummies, though.
Dolph was hit outside a store in Memphis in broad daylight in what is now known as one of the city's most infamous hits of the decade. In the month following the hit, Big Jook was captured on camera one night with a man named Hernandez Govan, father to late Memphis rapper Lot of cash, that's though, and one of the men responsible for orchestrating young Dolph's hit. As a picture circulated online, speculations that Big Jook could have been involved in organizing Dolph's hit started spreading. But instead of laying low and waiting for the heat to die down, Jook went live on social media soon after the picture was uploaded and recklessly disrespected the deceased young Dolph in what later became a very viral video. Although the link between Jook's involvement in his brother's feud with Yo Gotti and his untimely passing still hasn't been officially confirmed, one thing that's certain is that Big Jook suspected that he was a target. On Friday, January 12th, just hours before his hit, Big Jook posted a video of himself on Instagram with the ominous caption, "They don't want to face you, they want to snake you.
Man, come on, man.
Stay alert to stay alive. Watch your back at all times. Put snakes on the plate and eat great."
So y'all saying Jook knew he was finna get killed, right? Don't you think if he knew he was finna get killed, bro, he probably wouldn't even went to the repad?
Despite his fans' allegations and conspiracy theories, it's unlikely that Big Jook predicted his own hit. But still, the post is a little chilling in hindsight. On Wednesday, January 31st, 2024, Big Jook's family organized his farewell service in Hickory Hill outside of New Direction Christian Church. But because of the high-profile nature of his hit, this was no ordinary farewell service. Surrounding the event from all angles were snipers, helicopters, and dozens of police officers from the Memphis Police Department, lining the perimeter and standing at the ready to ensure the safety of all funeral goers. According to Fox 13 Memphis, there were both private and public security at the service, with 25 armed guards covering the farewell service inside the church, outside in the reception area. And
so really, if you wanted to kill somebody in Memphis that day, that was the day to do it. Cause all the police was at Jook front.
The roof, having been hired directly by the Mims family to prevent a similar incident to Eric Boven's farewell service from happening. Despite his tragic passing, Big Jook will continue to be remembered as one of the fundamental pillars of CMG, and as an important part of the Memphis hip-hop community. May his legacy continue to live on through his brother, friends, family members, and CMG associates who love and respected him for the fun-loving, protective man he was. Rest in peace, Big Jook.
Man, rest in peace, Jook. You feel me? I ain't gonna cap, bro. The thing about it is, right, I feel like Jook's ego caused all this turmoil, all this drama in Memphis. You feel me? Caused this war. You dig? I think Dolph and Gotti could have got over whatever it was they had against each other, bro. They could have just got over it, bro. But when blood is shed, when people are shot at, bro, and I think I heard Grove Hero say it, you can't tell nobody to not worry about a person or not take somebody serious when people are basically attempting multiple times to take your life. You feel me? So I understood why Dolph was like, nah, it's smoke, it's smoke. I ain't trying to sit down with nobody. But what I don't understand is that why was it so much smoke over words, bro? You feel me? Like you got Keon, they call him 5. He doing 14 years in prison because he attempted to kill Dolph. Black Youngster allegedly attempted to kill Dolph. They saw each other in LA. Gotti sent old boy his hype man to kill Dolph. And then Jook went ahead and found some crash dummies, bro, who didn't mind spending the rest of their life in prison, bro, who just needed $800 for a birthday party, bro, to take Dolph's life, bro. It was all over ego tripping. That's how I feel. You dig? And I know this is about the passing of Big Jook, bro, but we cannot deny the elephant in the room, and we cannot say that Big Jook caused his own demise. That's just my personal opinion. And I know people love Jook. Jook is a legend in Memphis. Rest in peace, Jook. But a spade gonna be a spade. I don't care what color the cards is. You feel me? A spade gonna be a spade, bro. So we gotta call it how we see it. the fact that Big Jook put 100K on Dolph's head, and the fact that they carried out with it, the fact that Jook could have basically told Gotti, man, you and Dolph, leave that alone, bro. We Memphis, bro. We need to come together. It's so much that could have been said because Jook is a legend. Jook is a big homie. Jook could have did all that. Gotti would have listened to Jook, bro. Y'all heard Dolph. Dolph say he used to rock with Jook, so Dolph would have listened to Jook. But instead of that, Jook let his ego. He like, we the Mims family. We CMG. We run the city. How dare you disrespect us in a song? How dare you talk trash about us, bro? Like we ain't that, so I gotta show you we that. And that caused his demise. You feel me? But anyway, man, rest in peace, Jook. You feel me? Them boys taking Jook out, that ain't gonna bring Flipper back. It probably made them feel a little bit better. But like I said, I don't think this hit was just an ordinary hit. I don't think this was them boys from over there in Cascade, and I don't think this was PRE. I think these were professionals, bro. I think somebody got hired professionally to go and eliminate Big Jook. I ain't capping. But anyway, gang, y'all let me know how y'all feel about this video in the comment section down below, and any other final hours alive or whatever y'all want to see me do on this channel, man. Put it in my DMs on my Instagram, Kino_7. And don't forget, like the video, subscribe to the channel, man. Ring the bell so you don't miss a banger. 500 subscribers, man. 500 subscribers by the day. You dig what I'm saying? I know y'all gonna do that for your boy. And 1,000 subscribers by the top of the year, man. Probably by next month, we're gonna have this channel monetized, man. I love y'all. We're gonna see y'all on the flip one. Stay prayed up, man. And don't let your ego get to tripping, man. Stay humble at all times, man. Stay dangerous out there, you dig? See y'all on the next one. Let's get it. They call me done.